Alrighty, welcome everybody. Thank you for coming. We're so happy to see so many people here. I am Chris. My name is Chris. I am the president of KnightHacks. And so let me get started by telling you guys about what is KnightHacks. We are UCF Software Development Club and Hackathon RSO. We host weekly workshops. We have 3 different workshop series on the tech skills that will help you in your classes and in your career. We are the organization behind UCF's largest hackathon. If you came to KnightHacks 2020, our virtual hackathon, or the previous in-person hackathons before that, we are the organization that does that. And most of all, we are beginner friendly. If you come to any of our workshops, you should be able to follow along with beginner level experience. And in fact, we have a workshop series devoted just to helping beginners. So our explicit mission is to develop computer science skills among students and build an appreciation for real-world uses of the field. We aim to create a diverse, welcoming, and inclusive tech community and to build friendships among students interested in technology. So first of all, let's get to know each other. We're going to do some bingo, and Harold is going to post a link to the online bingo cards in the chat. You can generate your own bingo cards. And I am going to be randomly assigning people to breakout rooms, and you're going to see if you can fill any squares on your bingo card with those people in your breakout room. This is a lot of fun. We did it last semester, and we're going to do it again. You'll have about 2 to 3 people in your breakout room. When you do the card, please try and write down the names of the people that you met, just so we can check that you actually did get bingo. All right. Harold, go ahead and post that bingo card in the chat, please. There we go.
Chat. Make sure
we have our
write down people's names. We will check. Make sure. We will ask for people's names. Only 1 square per person.
All right, and we're back to recording. Can you all see my screen again?
Yeah.
Oh, we can.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Well, congratulations to those that won bingo. And so now I want to get into the part where we talk about what KnightHacks can do for you, now that we have all met each other a little bit. And the first thing is that we have 3 workshop series that we offer. This is like our flagship workshop series, our Thursday workshops. We hold weekly at this time at 7:30 on Thursdays. They are all beginner friendly. And this is our variety workshop. So each week we talk about a different topic. They don't really build on each other. So if you miss one, it's okay. I mean, if you miss any of our workshops, it's okay. You can always come back. And the workshops coming up for the next few weeks, on January 21st, we're going to have an intro to Flutter, and Arjun is going to be teaching that one. On January 28th, we're going to be having an intro to Python. On February 4th, we're going to be having what is quantum computing. And on February 11th, we are going to build an app with the MERN stack. That is MongoDB, Express, React, and Node. So this is something that if you're building a web app, this is a common set of tools to use. Good question. What is Flutter used for? Arjun, it is primarily used for app development, but it is cross-platform. Awesome. Next up, I'm going to invite up Rob to talk about his workshop series, Hello World.
Yeah, so if you heard him, Chris was talking about our beginner workshop series. So this is our Hello World is our workshop series that's targeted specifically at people who are absolute beginners. So all of our workshops are definitely accessible. But if you feel like you're missing a lot of like very foundational knowledge, like, you don't know anything at all about programming, then this might be a good workshop series for you. We've been exploring web development recently. If you can roll the next slide, I have some points on there as well, Chris.
Oh, sure. There we go.
Yeah, so we've been exploring web development recently. We're going to continue to do that, talk about JavaScript and the whole JavaScript ecosystem. All the workshops are recorded. That includes our Thursday ones as well. All those go on YouTube. And Hello World is on Tuesdays at 7:30. So we have our flagship on Thursdays and Hello World is on Tuesdays. Next week, we actually have a really exciting one. Chris is going to be hosting Thriving in Computer Science, and he's going to debug a very poorly written C program that I wrote for him that he's never seen. So if you're interested in seeing him kind of struggle a little bit, that might be fun. but he's also going to talk about like how to get an internship and other things that up and coming computer science students should know.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm really excited for this workshop. I'm really excited to see what Rob has in store as far as this buggy program. But the point is to show, like, even if you are like a more experienced developer, sometimes you still need to go back to all of the resources. And I'm going to show you how, if I have a bug and I don't know what to do, the process I would use to try and figure it out. As well as some things that I wish I knew when I was a younger student, like a freshman or a sophomore, as far as career opportunities and how to get your first internship. Awesome. Anything else you'd like to add, Rob?
No, that was mainly it on all for Hello World.
Okay, awesome. So Hello World is on Tuesdays at 7:30. We had there's some Hello World material from last semester. You can go on our YouTube and check those out. But you can just show up to the ones that are happening this semester. And these ones build on each other, but it's okay if you miss one. They're all recorded, and you can go back. And of course, we're always accessible in the Discord to help you. Next up, I'm going to invite up Arjun to talk about Killing the Coding Interview, our Cracking the Coding Interview workshop, but edited for trademark purposes.
All right, so basically you can be an amazing software developer, but you need interviewing skills in order to land whatever your dream internship or job is. I know I needed that when I was interviewing with all the companies that I was interviewing with. And so I decided to kind of host this series because I'm good at problem solving, and that's basically what you need for interview prep. Chris, if you could go to the next slide.
Sure.
So it's Saturdays at 2. It helps you develop your problem solving skills. Basically, what interviewers are looking for is how do you approach a problem that you've never seen before in your life? And that's what we're trying to build in that workshop. We're trying to build problem solving intuition, basically. We'll be pulling from a variety of resources, which include the classic lead code, cracking the coding interview, and code forces. And the focus is on live coding rounds. I've also had people who actually did live coding in, like, not me, other people tried to do live coding as part of their interview prep, just to see if, like, just so they can get a practice in it and, like, get familiar with it so they don't, like, get more nervous during their actual interview. I'll also be, like, putting in a few tips and tricks, like peppering those in everywhere. The lectures are recorded. It's Saturdays at 2. Any questions, you can email me or hit me up on Discord on those contact infos. Thanks.
Arjun, if I could just maybe embarrass you a little bit, but Arjun recently, he passed his Microsoft interviews and he got an internship at Microsoft. So everybody, round of applause for Arjun. So the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. And Arjun is definitely the person that you want to teach you how to excel at these types of tech interviews. And again, these ones do build on themselves, so it's something that you can come back each week and learn something new. The previous workshops from last semester, there's a few of them, are on our YouTube channel, and you can check those out and kind of get caught up. But if you haven't come to them, don't worry. You don't need to watch last semester's. You can kind of just show up. We'll do our best to help you. And of course, if you have questions, you can ask in the Discord and we'll get you up to speed. It is, of course, recommended to go back and watch the videos, but you don't have to. You can come just to the workshops.
Thanks, Chris. I'll just interject a little. The best thing you can do for yourself is also do your practices. And yes, Killing the Coding Interview is on YouTube.
Okay. And next, I'd like to invite up Victoria, our lead hackathon organizer, to talk about our hackathon.
Well, you can go ahead and go to the next slide. Sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so pretty much, if you don't know already, a hackathon is pretty much like a 3-day long, pretty much like invention, like marathon. Personally, even I like to go to these. I don't really like to think about it as a competition, although there are prizes. I kind of like to see it as opportunity to learn something new, make new friends, and kind of just like try to put myself out there and try to learn different things I wouldn't have learned in school, or different things I kind of am interested into, but don't really know how to get into it. So some good reasons that you should sign up for KnightHacks are that there is an ability to make new friends through team building and social events, as well as in many workshops, as I said previously, where you can learn new skills. And something that as lead hackathon organizer, that means a lot to me, is to incorporate different areas where the hackathon can become more beginner friendly, because I've been in the situation as a computer science student, pretty much like barely knowing how to code anything, especially just coming in, only knowing the intro to C. And I feel like through this, I can help more students learn different programming languages, and as well as become even more interested and excited about computer science. And with NknightHacks coming up in fall 2021, if you want to come help plan it, we do have weekly ops meetings every Saturday. And as for the next hackathon, whether it's going to be online or not, yes, so we're still planning everything right now.
Yeah, it's going to depend. We are preparing for a in-person, like the possibility of it being in person. Pretty much we're prepared for both this time. If it's possible to have it in person, that's something we're going to do. But we are still going to have an online one regardless, or not an online one regardless, but in the event that we cannot do an in-person one, we will do an online one. But that's not something we'll be able to know for a couple of months now. Awesome. Thank you so much, Victoria.
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome. And now I'd like to invite up Dima and Abe to talk about our projects program.
Hi, everybody. My name's Abraham. I'm one of the project directors. Dima, if you want to introduce yourself for a minute.
Hello guys, my name is Dima. I'm an international student. I'm junior here at UCF, and I'm another projects director.
All right. And we want to talk to you for a good minute about the project teams. And what this is the best way to think about it is as a hackathon, but stretched out over the course about a semester or so. So you're going to be able to work with teams. Well, we're going to put you in teams and basically ask you guys to make something. It can really be anything you want. It's really just up to your creativity and your team's ability to make what you want to make. And we're in a couple slides, you'll see that we have a quick, what's it called, survey. What that survey is going to be able to do is be able to match you guys up with the best possible teams. So that way each team has sort of like a similar interest in what they want to do and have the abilities to do that said thing. And you'll see that in a minute. Another cool thing is that this is going to be supervised by us. We're going to be helping you guys along the way. It's also very beginner friendly. And yeah, and another thing, we do have, because we started this program last semester, there are 2 teams that are missing some team members now. So we are looking people to enter already existing teams. So if you're interested in that, there is a question on the survey that you can check yes if you're interested in not, or no if you want to make your own team. And yeah, can you go to the next slide, please? So yeah, some of the benefits of this program is that you're going to have the luxury of having teammates, meaning you're not going to be held down to just what you know. You can rely on your future teammates and hopefully future friends. Yeah, and you're going to be able to receive help from others. Me and Dima are going to be there along the way with you guys. If we don't really know exactly what you need help with, if it's something niche, maybe with like machine learning or something else, we can try to find somebody that can help you with that. And another good thing is that it's really good for your resume if you can actually make something. And even if you can't exactly make something good, just being able to, having done it is a good learning experience That way, when you want to make something else, it'll be a lot easier for you. And if that thing turns out to be better, you can put that on your resume. We also have some expectations for you guys. We really only have 2 at the moment, and that's that you guys come up with your own project idea, and that we want to, and also that we want to see you guys making progress every once in a while. Just make sure you guys aren't stuck for like 3 weeks and like none of you guys really have any idea what you're doing. We don't want to see that. So if you guys see you guys are getting into that situation, you can always ask for help in any way. And you can either contact me and Dima for that, and we'll try to see what we can do about that. But yeah, if you're interested in this program, I'll give it to Dima for some deadline information and how to sign up. Thank you, guys. Next slide, please, by the way.
Yeah. To join our program, you just need to fill out this form. It's like really easy. It will take you 10 to 15 minutes and just requires you to have a resume. And our deadline to apply is next Thursday at midnight. Yeah, and after that, we'll start processing your applications and placing you into teams and forming new teams if it's required. And yeah, if you've got any questions, you can find us on Discord. We have like Mark, Dima, and Ape H project, and feel free to reach us out. We'll try to respond as quick as possible.
Yeah, and oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry to just interject. The link for this form is in the chat and also is on our link tree.
I was just about to say that.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so don't worry about copying all the letters. We have the link for you elsewhere. Thanks. I'm sorry, is there anything you guys wanted to add before I interrupted?
Well, I mean, if there's any questions in chat, we'll be happy to answer them.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Abe and Dima. This is a new program we're really excited about because we're trying to break the whole thing where you feel like you need experience to get experience, like you need experience to get an internship or something like that. In my experience, when I was trying to apply for my first internship, having a couple of projects on my resume was really, really helpful. And so we want to create a support system for you if you want to make a project. Maybe you want to make a project that's a little bit more long-term than just a hackathon project. This is a program that we've started recently to give you the support to help you do that and to help you meet other team members. So thank you so much, Abraham and Dima.
You're welcome.
Next up, I'd like to invite up Sid and Gina to talk about our mentorship program.
Hello, everybody. My name is Gina. I am one of the mentorship directors. I am a math major with a minor in computer science and digital media.
Hey guys, I'm Sydney. I'm a computer science major and a French minor, and I'm the other mentorship co-director. So basically, we're going to give you a little bit of information on the mentorship program, what it is, and what you could gain from joining. So if you're interested in being a mentee and you decide to join the mentorship program, you can grow by being connected to someone with more experience than you have in the field that you're interested in. So if you're maybe a freshman or a sophomore, you're coming in and you're just really not sure like what to do, or you feel like you have a lot of catching up to do and you just really are kind of lost, don't know where to start, then this would be a great program for you to join. If you're interested in being a mentor, your job would be to be a resource and a guide for your mentees and just kind of helping them find their way and trying to think back of how things felt for you when you were just starting out and trying to help them kind of navigate through that. Your matches will be primarily based off of your career interests. So if you are interested, when you're filling out the form, try to be as accurate as possible so that we can match you up with the person who would be best suited for you. We'll have a kickoff meeting this semester and a couple of socials throughout just to be checking in with everybody and make sure everything's going well. And of course, you can come to me or Gina with any questions.
As for the benefits of the program, you get to network, which is a very important skill to have and one that I honestly need to work on. But the mentees can network with their mentors, and the mentors could possibly introduce their mentees to people who can help further advance their career. And you can make meaningful connections with your mentee or mentor. Even though the program only lasts this semester, the relationship you build with your mentee or mentor could last a lifetime. And the mentees will obviously learn from their mentors, but mentors can learn just as much from their mentees. And for the mentees specifically, you will gain leadership and coaching experience. That's say mentees, I meant mentors specifically. You'll gain leadership and coaching experience. And for the requirements, for the mentees only, you have to be a dues paying member. For like the mentor, you don't. And if you're a mentee last semester, you don't have to worry about it, whether you paid it or not. But like for all future semesters, to be a mentee, you have to be paying your dues. Everyone has to attend the Kickoff event, which is where you meet your mentees and mentors. You guys can get to know each other a little bit and schedule everything for the semester. And you have to meet at least once a month. You can meet more if you so please, but the bare minimum is that you meet at least once. And is there anybody having questions in the chat? So if you are ready to join, if you go to the next slide, scan the QR code, or I think the forms are in the chat now, so you guys can sign up.
Yep, these I think are also on our link tree, and Harold has just put them in the chat. Yep. Yeah, Dima, good point. When we say paying the dues, we'll explain that in a couple of slides. It's just your membership dues for KnightHacks. Awesome. Thank you so much, Sydney and Gina. I'm really excited for this. I have my my mentees. I'm excited. All right. So next up, I want to talk about if you want to get involved more with KnightHacks, what are the different things that you can do? We're planning all of these different things. We have to do a lot of planning for the hackathon, and we have several teams and directors that are responsible for all of the stuff that our organization does. And you can join these teams. So what I'm going to do now is invite up each of the directors to talk about what their team does so that you can see if you're interested in getting more involved, where you would fit in. And so first up, I'd like to invite up Melanie to talk about the communications team.
Hi, I'm Melanie. I'm a freshman computer science major and mathematics minor, and I'm the communications director. So our team is like the voice of KnightHacks, and we're responsible for getting as many people as possible to come to the hackathon and all of our club events. So the main parts of the communications team are creating the graphics, such as the one that you see here, which was for this event. We also post to social media and manage the accounts, such as the Instagram, Twitter, and the YouTube channel. We send out the weekly newsletter to like the KnightHacks subscribers, and we also send it to all CECS students. And the meetings that we have are right now, they're Sundays at 2 p.m. But we might like change it based on the availability of any like new people that join our team. So if you're interested, feel free to DM me on Discord or like email me at melanie@knighthacks.org. And also I'm in the like KnightHacks like server. My name is Melanie Communications. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Melanie. I'm seeing a lot of like the communications enthusiasm in the chat. This is one of our biggest teams. It grew a lot in the past semester. So really excited to see what this team does. It's really, really important. Thank you so much, Melanie. Next up, I'd like to invite up Dennis to talk about the sponsorship team.
Thanks, Chris. Hey, everyone. I'm Dennis Shapiro, and I am the sponsorship director. I'm a CS major, and I have a math minor from a previous bachelor's degree that I got like 10 years ago. And yeah, essentially the sponsorship team, it's pretty simple. We're responsible for securing hackathon sponsorships. And you may think, oh, okay, well, they give us some money and we display a logo somewhere, but it's a little bit more involved in that. In fact, the sponsorships are there to add value to the hackathon. So they do this through several different ways. Funding is one of them, but also these companies will provide workshop support for us. There are networking opportunities that allow recruiters to show up, representatives to interact with the attendees. And then of course, prizes and swag, which is always, everybody loves that stuff. So how do we achieve this? We do this by interacting with recruiters from top tech companies, but we also interact with non-tech companies as well. Basically, whoever's willing to get on board, we're willing to have them. And we're looking for 2 to 4 more team members. Right now we have 3 members, including myself. So expanding the team a little bit. I like to have nice short meetings. So once a week, we'll have about a 30-minute meeting, very action task oriented. And if you are interested, you could just email me at dennis@knighthacks.org and just, make sure you put your name in there and just tell me a little bit about yourself, and then we'll kind of gauge interest from there. So thank you, Chris.
Awesome. Thank you, Dennis. This team, like without sponsorship, we just cannot have the hackathon. So if you want to join this team, one of the big benefits I think is that you're interacting directly with the recruiters for these companies. Like the companies that we've worked with in the past include Microsoft and Google and Facebook and Capital One, kind of the companies that a lot of people I imagine want to work at. So you're interacting with those recruiters directly, and you get some face time with those recruiters if you decide to join this team. And it really adds a lot to the hackathon because we get to have them at the career fair. And so because of what this team does, people will get hired with internships and jobs and get interviews and things like that because they get to meet the recruiters at our career fairs, or the recruiters will see their projects. So thank you so much, Dennis. Those are kind of the benefits in my mind for joining this team as well. I mean, all of our teams are awesome. All right, next up, I'd like to invite up John to talk about our finance team.
Okie dokie, thanks, Chris. Hi, I'm John. I'm the director of finance for KnightHacks, right? And basically, our team is responsible for handling all the planning and execution of the hackathon budget. So we have a certain amount of money that we are allocated, right? And we need to handle all the stuff, including catering, swag, decorations, and prizes. And I say catering is probably the most important here because it's kind of a mess to make sure we accommodate all the dietary restrictions. And our goal is basically to get as much as we can for as little as we can, right? I'm looking for 2 or 5 team members, anybody who's interested. You don't need any kind of like prior experience. It'd be helpful if you had some experience in like technical writing, because we're going to be contacting or reaching out to vendors and restaurants and stuff to see if we can't get or secure any discounts or freebies based on the fact that KnightHacks is a nonprofit organization. So yeah, if you want to help out with this, you can reach out to me on the Discord. I'm John, the finance director, and I'm the little icon with the soup with hands and glasses. Basically, I could really use a hand because I'm not sure I can call every single McDonald's in the county on my own. But as a bonus, you'll probably be able to like kind of indirectly influence what kind of food we get, right? As long as it's everything withstanding, right? But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, thanks, John. So our hackathon, like we're operating on a budget that's like tens of thousands of dollars usually. So the finance team, you're deciding how we're going to spend tens of thousands of dollars, which is kind of crazy to think about. And that's why we need a lot of people to be able to find like who are our vendors and things like that. Like if you've ever wanted to walk into a Taco Bell and order 2,000 tacos, this is the team for you, because we have done that before. I have a copy of the receipt for like 2,000 tacos. It's really funny. Yeah, so like through this team, you have a really big impact on the experience of the attendees, like when we were in person and when we, I hope again, want to be in person. Like our previous finance director was calling up different caterers and found out that we could have a food truck come to the event. We were preparing to have a food truck coming to the event. And that's just through him and his team calling different people and figuring out how we can get the most value for our budget. So John and Dennis kind of work hand in hand. Dennis gets us the money and John figures out how to spend it. So if you ever, if you want to have a hand in deciding how we're going to spend our budget, that's again on the order of tens of thousands of dollars, this is the team for you. Thanks so much, John.
Sure.
All right. Next up, I am going to invite up Arjun again and Abraham to talk about the software development team.
So, hey, me and Abe are the software development directors. And basically, we're responsible for setting up like all those things we see there, like the 4 registration website, team website, mobile app, Discord bot, and whatever else we need. Actually, I'll let Abe talk here because I already talked a lot.
Okay, so for our team in particular, we're focused on implementing your basic functionalities that you need for a hackathon, such as a website, such as other various things, essentially like a mobile app and those type of things. And we're particularly interested in using cutting edge technologies such as Docker, Python, Rust, Flutter. And in regards to that, our application is also a KnightHacks link tree. For us in particular, we're planning on doing a lot of integration this year. So a lot of our stuff will be talking closely together and making the software development process easy.
No, you don't need any experience to apply. We're going to teach a lot of the stuff that, and you're going to also learn to figure out. You're also going to learn a lot as you work on the project. The application is on the link tree. And any questions, you can just message me or Abe. We're the dev directors on the KnightHacks Discord.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Yeah. This team is really, really important to the experience of the hackathon because everything that we need to have happen, like all of the registration that we did last semester, the Discord bot, the website. We had like a NightHacks Live interface that people could go to live.nighthacks.org and see like a dashboard. We were going to deploy a mobile app for the in-person event. All of those, the dev team built all of that. All of that was built like in-house code. So the dev team does a lot. And also, as it looks like Harold is mentioning in the chat, the recruiters from these companies that are coming to the hackathon are using the stuff that you built. So you can point to the thing that they've already used and say, hey, I built that in an interview. So this is also a really, really great team for A, getting software development experience, and B, trying to get further your career along. Thank you so much. All right. Next up, I'm going to invite up Nick to talk about the logistics and experience team.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nicholas. I'm the director of the logistics and hacker experience team. We're responsible for managing the hackathon schedule as well as the logistical needs of the event. If you're interested in influencing the flow of our hackathon, what and when things will happen throughout the event, and also communicating with some of the experienced people who will be hosting workshops throughout the hackathon, this is a good team for you. This team is also good if you're interested in IT experience, like working on the infrastructure of a real event. Also, if you're a CS major like I am, this is good experience that will be useful to you in the future. If any of this sounds interesting to you, please feel free to add the team on your interest form. I'd love to work with you to make a cool event for everyone. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nick. Yeah, we actually have to work with UCFIT to set up separate Wi-Fi infrastructure. We have to work with building managers because we're going to have hundreds of people showing up to these different buildings. We have to secure parking, things like that, as well as manage all of the workshops, creating a diverse and interesting workshop schedule. All of that falls under the logistics and experience team. So there's a wide range of things that you can do in this team. So people with different interests are all working together. And it's a really, really great experience. All right, next up, I'd like to invite up Radha to talk about the design team.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. It's nice to meet everybody. We are the design team, so we are responsible for the theme, the look and feel of KnightHacks website and in general. And we create the visual design of the website and application. We do graphic design, UI, UX, motion design, and art. Our team is 4 people. It's me, the design director, Christina, Christian, and G. Some of them are here with us. The beautiful backgrounds of the KnightHacks website was made by Christina. You can find the website, right? The 2020 KnightHacks website.
So the current the website's not up yet. I'm sorry. Okay. Or the previous website.
It. We'll post it, and you can see what we created last year.
If you registered for the last hackathon, or if you've used the site in the last like several months, you've seen the work of Radha's team. Even the slide background that you're looking at right now, Radha's team designed. Yes.
That's Christina. Good job. Yes. So if you want to join us, all of us are seniors. So we will teach you everything about design and the applications we use to create these designs. And next semester, you will have to replace us. So we want 2 to 4 people, if you like. Please email me at radha@knighthacks.org or on Discord. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Radha. Yeah, last year the design team produced really, really, really beautiful work for our website, for our marketing material, for our slide decks, and it all fit together in a really cohesive theme. So like truly, this team is responsible for the look and feel of the event and can really elevate it and make it feel like an awesome experience. So thank you so much, Radha.
Thank you.
Chris,
Thank you.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
if you
Radha,
have the
thanks
website
for
up and running.
inviting me to the team.
Sorry,
Sorry,
a
I
couple
didn't
people
understand.
talked at the same time. Abraham, did you say something?
Oh, I said something.
Oh, I was gonna say
gee.
if you wanted me to share the website, because I have it up and running if you wanted to.
Oh, yes, please. Sure.
Yes, oh, that would be great if you could share it in the chat, like a screenshot.
But yeah, it's a collaboration between teamwork and the dev team. We all work together and we do user experience, user interface design. We do the art behind it. We create these themes, ideas, and all of it together. We all work together. Even Chris and it was Brian from the dev team last year. We all were working on this together.
Yeah, it's extremely collaborative team, and you get to learn about kind of the development side of things as well, like app development, because you're building the visual assets for the website. G, did you say something?
Yeah, I just want to thank Radha for inviting me to join the team in the first place.
Oh yeah, happy to have you.
It's an honor.
Awesome. Thanks for being here. All right. I would, I think last but not least, like to invite up Jose to talk about the outreach team.
Hello, everyone. I am Jose. I'm a freshman computer science major here at UCF, and I am the director for the outreach team. And the outreach team is exactly what it sounds like. We deal with just pretty much reaching out to other clubs, other RSOs. KnightHacks collaborates a lot with other clubs to make events. Specifically for the hackathon, there's a lot of workshops that go on from other clubs. So basically just being the main line of communication, bridging the community together a little bit and making sure all the clubs are familiar with one another and then we're on the same page and we bounce ideas off each other for things that could happen. Yeah, just basically reaching out to the other RSOs for collaboration. Yay, outreach team, yes. So I'm looking for 1 to 2, 3 people to join the team. If you're interested in learning more about the other RSOs at UCF that deal with computer science and engineering, it's a great way to learn about them, meet the people from them, make new friends from those clubs. And if you're a people's person, if you're good at communicating, good at that type of stuff, please feel free to reach out. The interest form is on the link tree. So just tick the outreach box and we'll get back to you with information on how to join the team. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jose. Yeah, our workshop schedule, we collaborate heavily with other organizations. Several other organizations at UCF hosted workshops. We even had another RSO offer a prize. AI UCF offered a prize at our last hackathon. And we want to make sure that we do our part to help create a more cohesive computer science community at UCF. Awesome. So one more thing before I share the interest form. The one question you might have is, I know this super cool topic, language, framework, or skill. I saw that you have all these workshops before. Can I teach a workshop? The answer is yes, you can teach a workshop, and you will work with Rob, our workshops director, in order to make that happen. Rob, do you have any remarks that you want to add here?
Yes. So definitely, if you want to run any of the workshops that we've talked about, so if you want to run a workshop for beginners or you want to run a workshop on Thursday, both of those things I handle. Also, please do reach out to me sooner rather than later, because usually we book several weeks in advance. Like I think we already have workshops planned out through February. So if you want to do a workshop this semester, definitely reach out to me ASAP.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rob. So we just threw a bunch of teams at you, a bunch of ways that you can get involved. How do you join a team? How do you register your interest? Very easy. Go on the link tree, click the second button from the top, and just put in your email and check the boxes for which teams you were interested in. And then I will share those email lists with all of the directors, and they will reach out to you. Of course, if you have any questions, you can reach out to those directors directly. But I will give a minute for people to do that. Also, Harold, you wanted to share our Google Calendar, right?
Yes.
Harold?
Hold on. Yes.
Okay.
Hello. Let me just make sure I'm sharing the right thing here. Yes. All right. Hello. Hi guys, I'm Harold. I just wanted to show you guys really quick. This is our link tree. This is always where you're gonna have every link ever. You can even see our next events that are gonna be happening. But most importantly, we have a little link here saying KnightHacks calendar. If you go ahead and click that, it actually brings you to a Google Calendar with all of our stuff. And really, if you're a person who loves to be like in a bunch of different clubs and really involved, this is really like a good tool for you. If you go on the bottom right here where it says plus Google Calendar, it will actually, assuming you're signed into Google, I'm in incognito just so like my account doesn't show up or any of that. If you click that button, it will add this calendar to yours and you'll see all of our events. We'll make sure to put anything happening, social events, our workshops, and any social, I think I said social events, any deadlines that are happening for forums, any of that. And of course, we have our operations team interest. So you can put in your email, what teams you're interested in, and if you want to host a workshop. Speaking of the workshop, just a reminder, it doesn't always have to be a technical skill. It can also be something relating to professional development. Like if you're really good at like interviews and stuff like that, you can host, killing an interview, not just on the technical side, which is what Arjun does every Saturday, but rather more on the professional development side, how to present yourself and other things of that nature. So yeah, so Linktree, interest form, and the calendar. Those are if you really want to delve yourself into KnightHacks, for an amazing organization, and there's a lot of leadership potential as well. Being a director, being an officer. At the end of the semester, we're going to be having officer elections. President, vice president, treasurer, secretary. So there's a lot of opportunity for growth here, and a lot of you can get very far if you want to put in the work with KnightHacks. It's amazing. All right, thank you guys so much, and I'll pass it back to Chris.
Awesome, thank you, Harold. Okay, I think it just pulled is my screen sharing?
Yeah, no, whenever someone else shares, it cuts off the
audio. Oh, I see. Okay, one moment. There we go. And we're back. Okay, awesome. So next up, I'm just going to mention our membership and dues. So if you want to become a member, you want to get on our mailing list, and you want to join our mentorship and projects programs, and you want to get our t-shirt, it is very simple. You need to fill out a form, and you also need to pay dues. Dues are $10 for the entire 2020-2021 school year, and they are payable credit, debit card, and Cash App. We will mail you. We mail them all at once during the spring semester, our 2020-2021 KnightHacks t-shirts. You can also run and vote in elections. And dues are really important because they help us run the club consistently and have a consistent source of funding. Sponsorship comes and goes, but dues are always there, and that's how we can make sure that we have t-shirts and things like that for you. And when we're in person, like pizza at our meetings. So it is important that, if you want the t-shirt and you want to vote and run elections, that you pay your membership dues and you fill out our membership form. So step one, go to knighthacks.org/membership and fill out the form there. This gives us your contact information and lets us add you to the mailing list and things like that. Second, pay your dues. Go to knighthacks.org/dues, or you can Cash App us. Our cash tag is KnightHacks. It's $10. All major credit, debit cards accepted. And optionally, you can add your resume to our resume bank. All right, and that is that for dues and membership. I'm going to give a minute here for people to fill out that form if they need to, or ask any questions about membership or membership dues. Adding the resume, we share that when we have sponsored workshops, we can share your resume with the sponsors. Okay.
Just a reminder, you do not have to pay the dues right now. You can pay them whenever, and you don't even have to, like, you can put what your Cash App will be when you do it, but that question is also optional. Just make sure you are an official member of the club, or as in, like, we know who you are by filling out the membership form. It's in the chat.
Does anybody have any questions before I move on to the next one about membership? All right. So lastly, make sure that you connect with us. Our primary method of communication is our Discord. That's where we give all of our frequent announcements and where you can chat with other members and things like that. Just go to knighthacks.org/discord. These are on the link tree, by the way. Instagram and Facebook, we do post there. We also have a Twitter account. Everything is just knighthacks.org/ and the platform. And all of these things, all of the links, all of the Zoom links while we're in this virtual, this virtual setup are at knighthacks.org/linktree. That's where we post our operations meeting links, our workshop links, everything that you could need is going to end up, all of the applications, membership forms, all of that is on the link tree. If you need to know where a link is, it's on the link tree. All right. I'll pause here for questions real quick before we get into our showing off some of the other RSOs at UCF and before we get into trivia. Feel free to unmute yourself or ask any questions in the chat real quick.
When do we get the t-shirts for 2021 from the
We're
last
sending them
hackathon?
this semester.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Did we already send out shirts for 2020? Right?
2020, no. So we have to order the shirts in bulk and we have to send them out in bulk. So the 2020 shirts, we're going to reach out to those people because originally we give them out in person at our workshops and we did not plan to go virtual at that time. So when we send out the shirts, the 2020 people will also get shirts.
Solid.
But the cost of shirts is based on how much, how many you order. If you're in, should we do the interest forms and message directors? If we're interested in joining the team, Christine, yes. Fill out the interest form, tick the boxes for the teams that you're interested in. If you have any specific questions, you can message those directors. But if you fill out that interest form, you will be good to go. And those directors that you tick the boxes for will email you. Will this club run into any time conflicts with ACM? No, hopefully not. We try to do our best to plan around the other RSOs here to make sure that if you're interested in other RSOs, you can go to those as well. After paying dues, how can I know that I have become an official member? If you have questions about that specifically, if you email Dylan or message Dylan, our treasurer, he can resolve that for you. All right. So if there are no more questions, I want to introduce some of the other RSOs at UCF. Since we're virtual right now, we want to make sure that you know about the other things here since we're not able to do tabling and things like that. I think we have somebody from Hack at UCF who wants to speak real quick. Is he still here? Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
yes.
great. Floor is yours.
Yeah, so Hack UCF, we're the campus information security / cybersecurity club. So every weekday, or not every weekday, but every Friday at 5:30 p.m. every week, we have our general body meetings where we do some like current events on what's going on within information security. We then also demonstrate a tool that you might actually see in the wild. And then we have speakers come out and talk about variety of things. We've had some of our own members talk, and we've had people from like, I know we had John Hammond the other day, Raymond James, just a bunch of companies. And on top of those general body meetings, we have workshops on Saturdays sometimes that we would go more in depth into a tool or a skill. And we welcome all majors. So whether you're CSIT or anything else, like, we hope you check out our meeting. Our first meeting is going to be this Friday, the 15th. So I'd hope to see some of you there. And yeah, that's Hack UCF.
Awesome, thank you so much. Yeah, we do not cover cybersecurity topics normally. So if you're interested in cybersecurity, Hack UCF is the place to go. Thank you so much, Jeffrey.
My pleasure.
Awesome. Next up, I want to mention AI at UCF. Do we have anybody from AI at UCF here that wants to speak? Okay, well, AI at UCF is the AI and machine learning specific RSO. They talk about artificial intelligence and data science, and they have a couple of programs that they do. They have general body meetings, which are more just general discussions about topics in artificial intelligence, and those are Tuesdays at 6 bi-weekly. They have a discussions program, so if you're interested in research, they do they pick a research paper and they discuss it. So if you're interested in kind of what's on the cutting edge of AI, this is a great a paper discussion group. They have some projects that they work on. They have some project groups. So if you're interested in doing an AI specific project, this would be a great thing for you to do. As well as they have their core program, which is their if you're wanting to learn AI, like wanting to learn how to practice AI, their core program, when I went, they typically did some lectures on AI topics to get you started. And their Discord and GitHub and website links are on this slide right here. They're really cool RSO. My roommate actually was one of the officers. So really, really, really great organization as well. Next up is ACM and ACMW. Is there anybody here from ACM and ACMW that wants to speak? Okay, well, ACM is the Association for Computing Machinery, and ACMW is for Women in Tech. They do a bunch of workshops and events. I don't think they've solidified their workshop schedule quite yet, but if you go on their website, acmw.org, and if you join their Discord, they're keeping people informed that way, and they have a calendar, I know, on their website. And they have GBMs bi-weekly. I think I know that they're gearing up for their first general body meeting this semester, and that's going to be on the 18th of January, on Monday at 5 o'clock. So if you're interested in computer science in general, in IT and computer engineering, this is also another great club. They host a lot of really great workshops and events, and I highly encourage you to join them. And then last up is IEEE at UCF. IEEE is the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. So if you're interested in hardware, if you're an electrical engineering or computer engineering major, this is a great organization for you to join. I know that they do projects. They were going to do a workshop at KnightHacks on building a small hardware project. And they're an official, IEEE is a national organization. ACM is also a national organization. But IEEE is a national organization. They host research conferences. I've actually presented in the IEEE research conference. So really, really great organization to join as well. And they're active on social media. You can scan this QR code. You can, and also I think they have a website for their UCF branch. All right, so that is it. We are now going to play trivia. I have prepared trivia questions. I'm so excited. Let me stop the recording here.